Hey everybody, bjthebrave here, and bringing you today my Anvirr Control guide. Now, this is a deck that I have run 20 games on ladder against human opponents. Part of my experiment, if you don't know, is this season I'm kind of doing that with a range of factions, and I'm just going to play 20 games and I'm going to record the stats, and they will be what they will be. So I've always really liked Anvirr Control, and it might be argued that Galen is perhaps the best Eldar leader at the minute. If you want like a kind of consistent, probably slightly easier to play deck, then maybe you want to check out Galen. But personally, I've always really liked Anvirr Control, and one of the reasons I really like it is that the style of Control basically gives you a lot of agency, a lot of freedom in the way that you play. There are lots of different lines of play, and so that means that you've always got choices to make. And I always feel like even when I lose with Control, that I could have done something different. So you kind of feel in control of the outcome somewhat. What Anvirr Control does is he has an ability called Path of the Seer. So for 2 energy, you can basically put one. It shows you 3 cards that are in your hand, and you can put one of them back in the deck and then draw another card from your deck. So it kind of gives you a version of a card draw, but also just deck hand management, which again is quite unique amongst all the warlords in the game. So if you like to be in control of your hand and be able to kind of manage your hand and think about different options you might have in deck to deal with the context that's on the board right now, then Control's just a fantastic warlord. So this deck really is giving you a lot of flexibility, and what we're trying to do with the deck really is sort of keep up in the early game. I wouldn't call this an out-and-out control deck, but you do assume the role of control in many matchups because you're just trying to sort of keep up with tempo in the early game. And then what you're trying to do is try to engineer this combination where you play the Infinity Circuit, which gives you 5 stones, or you've just played Antok's Path of the Seer, because every time he puts a card back, obviously he gains +1 Spirit Stone. And then once you've built up enough, you can actually play Reclaim the Stars, and then you can pull units through at a massive discount, or reduced by 5, and that just gives you, essentially, from that point, it's one of the best tempo players in the game, right? So it's a super fun thing to do as well. So, you know, some of the things that you're considering are how do you maximize the value of Reclaim the Stars? You know, if you put like a Spirit Seer back into your deck, drawing that obviously now coming out at 0 cost, that's unbelievable, right? But also your more expensive units like your Hemlock, you know, being able to play that for 3, or Wailing Doom for 3. The other thing that I really like doing is drawing Infinity Stars, Infinity Circuit, and then that becoming 0 cost. So you play your Reclaim the Stars, draw your cards, and then you can play Infinity Circuit to immediately refill your Spirit Stones, so that your cheaper units can cash in on stones as well. So that's a superb combination. I think in the early game, it's really important to try to look for your Wind Riders. Try to look for a proactive 3-drop like a Striking Scorpion or a Swooping Hawk. If you're wondering why the Hawk, we need 3-drops. Like I said, we need to oppose the board early on. And I think the Warp Spider is a really good card, but it has anti-synergy with this deck. What do I mean? Well, by the time we play Reclaim the Stars, which draws 5 cards, we have to make sure that we only have 5 cards in hand, and bear in mind that actually means 4 cards, because obviously your Warlord talent, Path of the Seer, gets put into your hand every turn as well. And you want to make sure you don't have any more than that in your hand, so that Reclaim the Stars, so you get the full value and you actually are able to draw 5 cards without overdrawing. Now obviously Warp Spider jumps back into your hand, so it's actually got anti-synergy there with Reclaim the Stars. You're trying to empty your hand a little bit, and that will allow you to do it. So I run the Swooping Hawks. They're not bad, you know, they're flying units, so often, you know, your opponent will have to attack you with a range attack, and for that you've kind of got 3/3 in terms of stats, which trades pretty favourably. It's not a great 3-drop, but it's not the worst, and it does give you a Waystone, so I think it's good enough for what we're trying to achieve in this deck. And it does give you another proactive cheap card that you can play later in the game as well, to kind of try and apply a bit of pressure. And it can deal with enemy flyers as well, so yeah. So, you know, a couple of things to think about with this deck. It does have the Eldritch Storm, and you do need to think about in your matchups, like when is the right time to play Eldritch Storm. Now, in addition to the Eldritch Storm, try to think about the matchup, especially for like the Crimson Hunter. So try and think about, if you're playing Space Marines, they have the 6 mana Inceptor Sergeant, for example. This just comes on and destroys that, or the Veteran Stormborn with the Orcs and things like that. So obviously Eldar have lots of enemy flyers, they have their own hunters, they have Hemlock, so this is like a key card to really play specifically as a counter where you can possibly. It also does 3 damage, so it can take out face. And also you've got to really be thinking about your kind of stone management at all times. So what do I mean? Well, things like the Spirit Seer, where you need the 2 stones, things like the Eldritch Storm, where you need the 2 stones, and things like the Wraithblade, where you need the 2 stones. You don't want to be caught out when you really need to play one of these. For example, this, you really need that flanking unit. Just come on, but you find that you've only got 1 or 0 stones, so you've kind of got to think ahead and always be thinking about like your next turn and thinking about your stone management. And that's, again, it's one of the fun challenges. It's almost like a little sub game going on when you play this deck, so it's a lot of fun. Now, in terms of the stats with this matchup, with this deck, sorry, as I said, it's a very difficult deck to play, but I really enjoy it. I ended up having a 55% win rate over 20 games. I was actually slightly over 60% at one point, but over 20 games I ended up on 55, and I think that's fair. I think that kind of shows where Anvirr is. I think if you really master this deck, then you could probably get this deck up to a 60, potentially 65% at the very peak. But that would be really mastering the deck and the matchup. So it's definitely not the easiest deck to climb with, and if that's all you're looking for, then this probably isn't the deck for you. But what I would say is that this deck is a heck of a lot of fun. It's a really good fun deck. And the other interesting thing is that I had a 100% win rate against Ghazghkull. Now, I know Gaz has been nerfed a little bit, but to me there are still some very good Ghazghkull decks that are very up there at the top of the game. And actually, this deck, I went 4 wins from 4 games against Ghazghkull, so 100% win rate against Ghazghkull. So that's a real plus for it. It's struggled with Oricon. Like it doesn't do well at all against Scarabs, unfortunately. So if you've seen a lot of Scarabs, then you probably want to avoid it. But it did pretty well against Abaddon. And the other matches were quite even, actually. So yeah, if you're looking for a really fun but challenging deck to play, so one where there's lots of different lines of play where you get to make lots of decisions and kind of really micromanage your hand, then this is a really fun deck. It's honestly, it's one of my favourite decks to play in the game, full stop. I really enjoy this deck, and it's a deck that I want to return to, and I will keep returning to and refining. And I think it's a deck that you can sort of edge at a couple of percentage increase in your win rate and just get better and better and better with it. So it's definitely a challenging deck, and you'll see in the gameplay that I'm about to show you that we win some, we lose some, but try and see for yourself in all the games, like when you're watching, what are the different lines of play you could take, and what could we have done differently to try and win the game. Sometimes people ask me about flex spots. I think you could try running a second Hemlock if you really need more late game, but I already think that with the Infinity Circuit and Reclaim the Stars being quite expensive units, I think that I'm a bit worried about making the curve more heavy towards the top end. So I would say you can try Warp Spiders if you like, but I think the deck is pretty solid. The one thing that some people talk about doing is running like Guardian Defenders or Veteran Guardians to kind of shore up more early game. And the other card that you can try, which I have tested in previous seasons, I haven't tested it this season, is the Witchblade Warlock as well. This gives us a nice proactive 4-drop that has pretty decent stats. So this has got potential as well in this deck for sure. I don't particularly like that his Witchfire ability obviously can end up burning all our stones, so it's more just for the tempo of the body, but that's definitely an alternative card that you can try if you are missing some of the cards. So with all that said, let's jump into some games, and yeah, good luck on ladder if you do use this deck, and I'll see you in the next one.
Okay, Abaddon. Abaddon. The first stratagem we do each turn costs less. I think not.
The hour of blood and clashing blades has come.
From the eye of terror we shall bring no mercy.
I think we need the storm in this match, right? So, his turn 2, his energy 2, turn 1, sorry, has he got the legionary? He does have the stratagem, so that would be a great start. Okay, he hasn't got it. He hasn't got it. So now we got to think about, for example, Noise Marine. We just keep putting this back for now. It really wants to be in our hand, right? It really wants to be in our hand. Okay. Nice.
Will be my trophy.
So that thing can do a lot of damage to us, right?
Spirits, heed my words. Rise. Swift demise.
I strike from the wall.
You tread a cursed path.
Need to find heal. It's a bit of a losing streak with Anvirr. Well, not with Anvirr, but with the game.
The hour of blood and clashing blades has come.
I'm the hand of Gruk.
Okay, so I think we're not bad against Ghazghkull. Okay, so we're going to drop this because the shuriken alone can kill one of these.
The shadows are always vigilant.
And then evasive can kill another one. Sorry, Dance of Death can start killing them as well. Oh, he could play Shooter Boy. Oh, okay. Gotcha. It's a little bit greedy. I mean, we could have used the Wind Rider to kill another one, obviously.
I bring swift demands.
Put the Doom back. Whoa, long way away from that, right? Oh god, what's going on? Okay, he could have cleared that, but obviously he's going for a flanker to do it instead. Oh god, what's going on with this hand, man? Oh. Okay, that's good.
You can outmatch me.
Wow.
You can outmatch me.
Talk about setting it up. Okay, we're going on reclaim here. Brilliant. That's what we needed. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We're back in the game, boys. Back in the game. Really? Wow. So I feel like we kind of need to reclaim here. Maybe we don't. Maybe we play this. Maybe we do this. See if we can flatten him next turn. We do have the Wailing Doom. Dear, it's not good for you, sir. So let's just figure this out. So we've got 4, 9, 12. It's not quite enough, is it? Not quite enough, so we're going to have to go in on the stars again, I think. So we can play that to just block, right? I hope we survive. I think it's Will of Gaunt time, surely. Second best target. Kaboom, what a game. This is what I love about the Anvirr deck, it just swings back and forth. Okay, so nice, another win against Ghazghkull. That's three games, 3 wins with this deck against Ghazghkull so far. It's doing pretty well.
Okay, so I think we want the Spirit Stones actually.
The hour of blood and clashing blades has come. I am tested time and time again, and yet I prevail.
When the wind cries, retribution has arrived.
Starting to like the Swooping Hawk a little bit more because I mean it's just one of the worst matchups for it, to be honest, because of the because of the flankers, but
it's actually pretty good having the fly. Like, this guy can obviously die if there's nothing for him to... oh, actually, let's just drop this in here. So we can just polish that off for free. Yeah, I think the Warp Spider's wrong for the Anvirr deck. Because it causes anti-synergy with Reclaim the Stars. We kind of need to, not empty our hand, but we need to stay below 5 cards. Whereas Warp Spider kind of essentially puts a card back in your hand. It's good for tempo decks, but not as good in this deck. Wow, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Shadows are always vigilant.
Should have done that first, shouldn't I? Could have cleared this if I'd done that. So here we can play the Aspect Shrine with the Shroud Runner and the Warlord talent. That's absolutely fine. So we play this first and then we play this. So what do we want to put back? I think we want to put this guy back.
Swift demise.
So we're both already up to Reclaim the Stars territory here. I kind of forgot, I think, that I had Dance of Death on him, and we need to start making use of that. Perhaps I didn't need to develop this.
My vengeance comes and will be swift.
I guess it's maybe potentially a game that don't actually get to play the Reclaim the Stars. Probably do the Eldritch Storm here. Oh, it doesn't work, does it? Oh god, that's such a shame. get the stars? No, but that'll do.
Heed my words. Rise.
So, Wind Rider and Wailing Doom, and he wins. Second Hemlock?
I am the bloodied blade of Cain.
Light dims, yet our hope is ever kindled.
Wins Warlock. Oh, the value. The value is real, boys. Now, we're going on to 13. I think we're okay. Where is this goddamn Reclaim the Stars, man? He's gonna play his Crimson Hunter here, isn't he? Kill the Hemlock. So what's the play here now? Don't want my Shroud Runner, do I? Ooh, don't hit me for 3. Don't hit me for 3. Not into Wailing Doom. Yes. Okay. Thing is, if he hits me with the Wailing Doom now, he does sort of get the draw out of me, doesn't he?
Shadows are always
Fair enough. Okay, we got the win now. No, we haven't got the win if he stuns me. Yeah, we've got the win. Good game. GG. Mirror match. It was good fun. Okay, so we got Gruk, Face Ripper. I think we keep Storm and get rid of those. Oh, it's Alski. It's my pal Alski.
The hour of blood and clashing blades has come.
Shit, boys. You think you're better? Come and have a go then.
Okay, so we've got 2 more games to play to round out our 20 games with Anvirr. And we're playing Gruk. I think Alski's in the top 10, top 12 at the minute.
The shadows are always vigilant.
So he just drew, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah. So he's playing a very like it's very similar to my Rockard list basically. It's basically the list he's playing. So it's like an old school sort of Gruk control type of deck. So he's probably just drawing, looking for a green wire any minute. So we can just keep putting scorpions down for now, and hopefully we get another stone to counter. Okay, should we kill one of those then? I think he's going to kill one of the stones. Obviously he killed both scorpions, but he kills one of the stones. And we can do this. Right, so what we're going to do here is actually use this turn to just stock up on stones. Give him the initiative back. This is kind of what you've got to do with this. You've just got to find the kind of turn where you obviously a huge tempo loss when you play that. And this is perfect, because he's now going to green horde, he's going to fill the board, and then we're going to storm. So where this would be a punish to us for not for giving away the tempo that badly, we obviously had the storm reserved, so we can although that makes life a lot harder. That makes life a lot harder. That was pretty good. We got I think we might have got a little bit lucky there. A little bit lucky, I think. So, in terms of his deck, we know he's got another green horde and rock invasion. So food for thought. The issue is he's going to play no mucking about here, isn't he? So maybe we just drop this, just to kind of like stop him being able to guarantee that. Just like make it a 50-50. He could use Will of Gork here, but I'd be happy with a Will of Gork, I think. Just don't want to make the mucking about like an easy choice for him. I think we can use Path of the Seer on Shroud Runner next turn. Iron Golem. Oh, interesting. Nice play. He's a nice player here because he can attack this with like range damage. Yeah, very nice play. So I think what I'd do here is, the only problem is, we really do walk into the will though if we do that.
I'm not going to play. I'm not going to develop. It's just too much of a trap. It's a Willowgork trap, that. I'm not doing that. I'm not just giving him the type of value for nothing. Okay. Wow. Oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna storm, and that means we've got nothing for Rock Invasion. If he's got Rock Invasion, then fair play to him. You know, first 10 turns he gets double, all 3 waves basically. This deck's brilliant. This is such a good deck. Yeah, that spell hurts, Eldar. Hurts us a lot. So we're really needing Reclaim the Stars right now. This is Willowgork, isn't it? Yep. It's too easy. Okay. Okay, so this is pretty cool.
When the wind cries, retribution has arrived.
You better be ready.
Do we want to go in with a Wraith Fighter here? Do we want to go in with a Wraith Fighter and hope we can survive a turn for the evasive maneuver? Like if we just evasive maneuver now, he doesn't do a right lot for us in terms of trying to actually win the game. Yeah, if he's got another Willowgork, then there's not much we can do. I think he's threatening. I think he's thinking about Rock Invasion. Oh, fuck. Oh. This is whatever you try and play around, he's got the other thing, hasn't he? Such a good deck. Love it. Oh, okie dokie.
Don't you forget who's in charge.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Doesn't really help us though. Kind of need a miracle here. he hit first and go rock invasion? Got 5 cards left. Okay, he's gonna heal. Storm boy. Hello. So what we kind of need is, I mean, we've got to do this, right? What do we need? So we're playing around proper killy now because he's... So we need... We probably can get rid of this, right? We need a vanguard. We've got one. Okay. Okay. Now is he going to rock invasion? What have we got here? 5, 10, 13, 15. We're just still so far off lethal. He's very confident. I'll give him that. He's very confident that he's won this game. He's giving me all the emotes. Okay. Schnarzwagen. Yeah.
I cannot do that.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, keep giving me hope, man. Keep giving me hope. What are we looking for though? Okay. Again, that only gives us 12, so he's down to 14. Okay, here's the rock. Down to 14. This could do another 6. I mean, but if we got double 3 on the warlord here. Oh, okay. He's still running that as well. Oh boy, that's just mean. Unbridled as well. Turn 14, baby. That was a great game. Oh god, he's 3-1 against me as well. That's not gonna be good, is it? So a loss to Gruk. Yeah, that's 2 losses to Gruk now with this deck. He does not do well against Gruk. And now we're playing Calgar. Currently we're 50% against Calgar. So you want to take the 2 Spirit Stones with this deck because, although, I mean, actually, yeah, no, in this deck we do because, problem is it can clog up our hand. We actually have to kind of, we have to actually play our cards out for Reclaim to get value. Oh, is he given +1? Yeah, +1 energy. Okay. Okay, so we can just do this now then. So we can basically get the +2 and then play this. Oh god. 3. wonder if we're going to need Infinity Circuit here. Ah, it's a bit of a risk getting rid of that. Kind of all in on the. We're kind of all in on the reclaim the stars game plan here. So maybe an honor guard or even a Chronos from him. Oh, oh, of course he got the discount on the vehicles, didn't he? Oh, this is gonna hurt. Can't deal with it. I mean, an average Eldritch Storm should deal with it, right? With him. God, that feels bad.
Time is our enemy.
You know what? Maybe we just do this. Let him trigger it again, and then get more value from Eldritch Storm. Because he's going to play. He's not going to do much damage to us, but he's going to play to obviously get value from this Codex here, isn't he? So maybe we're Eldritch Storm in turn 5. That means we can Infinity Circuit turn 6 and then into Crimson Hunter turn 7. See, there's always many lines of play. It's oh my lord! Look at this, boys. And that's why I like this deck, because it's hard. If we were ranking decks like easy, moderate, and hard, this would be a classic example of like a hard deck. But I kind of like that. Kind of like the fun and the complexity of it. Okay. Ah!
The engines roar! It's time to scour this battlefield!
Okay, so it doesn't look like we can kill Kronos here. Which is a real issue for us, especially as an Eldar player. I'm wondering whether we just go all in now. I mean, that's 10 damage there. That's already putting us to 11.
Time is our enemy.
We can play that, kill that, and drop that. We've still got a huge problem. We could drop that to face off against that. One, two, three. Problem is, we actually can't reclaim next turn anyway and get the value. Oh boy. And now he can play his spear for 1 and play his 6-drop interceptor. I think if he does that, we've lost. Next turn's Dreadnought as well.
Surround them! Strangle them like a serpent!
When the
This dreadnought's a real problem. Yeah, I just don't think we can do anything about this dreadnought. Not with the armour. Oh, well, there's that. What does that do? Put him on 6.
Time is our enemy.
See, if that was the Banshee mask, then we could have stunned it and then Infinity Circuited this turn and gone in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is a real problem. This is like the Eldar's worst nightmare, is a high health unit with 2 armor. We just have very, very little. I guess, obviously, the Hemlock could help us next turn. Yep, that's game. That's game. Okay, so a bit of a shame, bit of a sad end to things. So, how did we finish then after 20 games? Let's have a look. If we just get my stats up. So, views 125. So we just lost to Calgar. Okay, so we finished with a 55% win rate overall. Losing those last 2 brought us back down below 60%.